day to y'all. What's good? Welcome back. It's your girl Ahvay, your kinkologist. Y'all know we are totally uncensored here as we dig into these kinky entanglements via my emails. Now, this ain't your grand folks show. Bible huggers, anyone under 18, y'all might want to move on. This stuff is kinky at best and crazy at worst. Some of y'all might need some ear bleach. Remember, there's nothing wrong with kink as long as it's legal and consensual. Do you, hun? I don't care if you're butt naked swinging from a chandelier with a diaper on, sucking somebody's toes. We're going to get into it all. Oh, before we begin, hit that subscribe button and feel free to email me your kinky entanglements at ahvay.kinkologist@gmail.com. Y'all ready to take this ride? Let's get it. First up, Iran, Michigan. Ahvay. My baby mama did a bid. I raised our 3 kids while she was away. She's been back about 6 months, and things have changed. Despite the fact that she looks like DEBO, she acts like her. I swear, her arms are bigger than mine. She wears her hair in cornrows and acts harder than me. I offered to pay for a spa day for, hair, nails. I was trying to bring back that girly shit. She nearly slapped the taste out my mouth, saying I disrespected her. I let that slide. But things have only gotten worse after that. There's no sex unless she initiates it, and even then, she's in control. If I'm on top, I swear she counts out the pumps until I get off. Like fucking 1, 2, 3, done. If I wanted a drill sergeant, I would have gone to the army. Fed the hell up, I tried to step. I didn't even pack my shit. I waited till she was snoring like a hog and snuck out. Too bad I detoured to the bathroom to pee. And what the fuck? When I climbed into the car, she was there. There like, how you doing? I told her I was going for some cigarettes. Man, Ahvay, I can't take much more. Oh, okay. DEBO. Isn't that guy that knocked people the fuck out? Okay, hun. You gotta ball up. You gotta ball up here. If you don't want to be bitch boy, you gotta man up and speak your truth. Damn, you said she would look like DEBO? I honestly can't picture that. I'm trying to, but it's not coming all the way in. Maybe you better ball up from a distance. I mean, because my understanding of DEBO, I'm not sure if it was it those Fridays movies or Boys in the Hood? But then he knocked somebody the fuck out. Yeah, maybe you better ball up from a distance. Honestly, honey, if the feelings aren't there anymore, you need to put words to your truth. Because this is just not going to work. You need to put the cards on the table. People stay for all the wrong reasons. And that normally leads to nothing but a life of misery. If you want change to happen, you're going to have to make it. And unfortunately, in this situation, you're going to have to put the cards on the table. Going to have to ball up. Speak your truth. Let's take it to the cards. The first card says, holding tight. And that's what's happening here. You're holding tight. I don't know if it's for the family. And it seems like that's what it is because you did say while she was away, you took care of the children. And that in itself, I will commend you for. Because it's not really a whole lot of guys that really do that. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I'm not saying there's no good fathers out there. Because there's a hell of a lot of good fathers out there. But I'm just saying it's not really a whole lot that will actually rear them, bring the children up while the other party is in jail. So I commend you on that. Now, you never told us what she did. You never told us how long she was in there. So it seems like you're holding on to something, to a image of this family that just might not never happen. And the only way you're going to get any clarity, you're going to have to sit down and have a talk with her. Because, see, thinking, speculating, assuming, that's not going to help you. You've got to talk. You've got to talk. That communication is key to everything, to be honest. The second card says, embrace positivity. And see, that's what I'm saying. You've got to have that talk with her. You're gonna have to. You have to be honest with what you want, what the situation is now, and what you just cannot deal with. You have to be honest about it. The third card says, inflated sense of entitlement. Inflated sense of entitlement. Now, I don't know if you're thinking that she's supposed to be this way or that way. I don't know if you feel that because she's a female that she's supposed to be like this little Leave It to Beaver mom thing, and she's not. What I would like to know is, what was she, or how was she before she went into prison? How was she before she did any time? See, there's shards of your lives that we don't know. We're only hearing a little piece, and we're not getting the full picture. And without that full picture, it's very hard for anybody to make a full and clear determination of what somebody should do or shouldn't do. Because again, I don't know the full story. But when it says inflated is something that's blown up, something that you perceive, and this entitlement. I don't know if you feel that because she's this female, or a female, she's supposed to be in the kitchen, rearing the children, raising the children. Y'all, I'm telling my age saying rearing. Okay, but what I'm saying is, again, you're feeling like, the role should be reversed now. And then when you see her looking hard like this, it's knocking you out. It's like, wow, like, where's this woman that I had these children with? And the thing of it is that in life, people change. I'm not saying this is a good change. I'm not saying it's a bad change, but it's her change. And again, you've got to talk. You've got to talk. Communication is the key to everything. Have that heart to heart with her and hit me back. Also, you got to ball up, man. Got to ball up. You can't be punking out in that car talking about you going for cigarettes. No, y'all got to have a talk. You got to put your truth on the table. Next up is Rowe from Chicago. And I hope I pronounced that right. It's Rowe. Rowe. Okay. Ahvay. I hate when chicks cry the victim. I own a lesbian dominatrix club. I work hard and I play hard. I noticed this chick hanging around the club for a few weeks. She was giving me the eye, but she looked virginal. Normally I stay clear of those types, but she was cute and my interest was piqued. Long story short, we did a scene and she was good. I loved seeing her tied up, exposed only for my eyes to see. She squirted beautifully. We played a few more times and hung out. I was contemplating offering her a contract. As I already stated, I play hard. I explained all of this to her from the beginning. She agreed. There was an incident with nipple clips and a taser, and now she's crying victim. She's claiming that I maimed her and caged her. Chicks trying to get my clothes club. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Chicks trying to get my club closed down. I'm not slow. I'm not slow. I didn't get where I'm at by riding the short bus. Well, if y'all hear me making these mistakes, y'all sure think that I rode the short bus. Everyone who plays in my club signs a disclaimer first. It was no different with her. The incident wasn't intentional. I felt bad and offered a check, but put stop payment on the bitch the moment I discovered this was some all bitch fuckery. Via social media and a tip from a buddy, I discovered that she done this victim act before. The chick ain't even gay. She's after a bag. Well, she won't get one brown penny of mine. Chicks are going crazy. Ave, have you ever heard of anything like this? Unfortunately, I haven't heard anything to that extreme, but yeah, yeah. Nowadays, people are doing all kind of shit for money, and I honestly can't say it surprised me. I cannot say it surprised me. It's fucked up that somebody will go that far to pretend to be gay, to let you do these acts or scenes. Um, I, I'm really floored. I'm totally floored. My question is again, we're only getting shards of your life. How long did she keep this pretense up? I know you said that you guys played some scenes, y'all did some things, so y'all had sex on multiple accounts. I'm gathering, but what else? Because I know you said that y'all hung out. So if that's the case, like that's a lot of faking just for a check. And then you said this incident with the nipple clips and the taser. I don't even want to imagine what that must have been like. Like clips? I mean, did you clip something off? Did you taser something off? I, I'm lost on that one, but I, I don't know. I don't know. Sorry you went through that, hon. But unfortunately, these things happen. Folks go fool for money. In today's terms, you have to be ready for everything. You gotta side check everybody. It's a good thing that you had that disclaimer before old girl went shopping. It's a shame people are so miserable. You keep doing you, hon. Keep your head up and eyes open. You did state that you don't usually go for her type. Listen to that inner voice. Very rarely does it lead you wrong. Let's take it to the cards. The first card says, patience to succeed. Let me tell you something. You said that you have this club. You said that you worked hard to get where you're at. And I believe that's true because I can tell you right now, whenever opening any type of business, you need patience. You need that patience, but you also need that drive for success. And it's a bad thing when somebody wants to take that from you. But at the same token, you have to keep your eyes open. It's a very good thing that you do have those disclaimers because I'm telling you, without that, and then you said the taser, the nipple clip incident, it could have gone very wrong for you. Now, I don't know if this is going to court. Again, you didn't tell all of it. So I don't know if this is going to a court procedure or what's happening here. I'm hoping that when you gave her that check, that maybe y'all signed some type of agreement or something like that. But then you said you put stop payment on it. So I don't really know. This whole thing just sounds like a hot mess to me, a real hot mess. And all I can say, you have to side check everybody, everything. Just from now on, keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open and keep your head up. Keep doing just what you've been doing. But let me tell you, when you get that funny feeling inside that something ain't right, that maybe this ain't for you, you need to step, you listen to that. You listen to that. Because that's your inner voice. Like everybody has a little bit of psychic in them, whether you know it or not. And that's that inner voice that's in your body that's telling you, leading you to do something or not to do it. A lot of times we don't listen to it and we do what we want to do. But that's that voice that's telling you, listen to that. The next card says love. And I'm hearing that. You play hard, you work hard. You didn't say anything about love. I don't know if you're looking for a relationship or not. But you obviously love what you do. And it's bad, again, when people try to take from you what you've worked so hard to do or to obtain. When you love something, you have to protect it at all costs. So again, make sure to talk to your lawyers. Make sure everything is covered with your club. Make sure everything is covered legally. And also, maybe it's time for you to take some time back, take a step back, and start maybe looking for that love for yourself. Maybe look for somebody to actually be with instead of just through the scenes. And it seems like you were looking for that, whether you know it or not, because you said that you was ready to offer her a contract. Now, I don't know how long you guys been together, but I do know that when it comes to those contracts and collars, now I'm not sure if you were going to give her a collar or not, but normally when it comes to the contract, the collar comes next. And when you do that, that's almost like a marriage, if you will. So in the BDSM relationship. So when it comes to that, it seems that you were looking for something deeper than just a plaything. Or you wouldn't even been thinking about giving her a contract. So that right there leads me to think that, yeah, you're ready. You're ready. But you gotta follow your instincts. If something tells you something is not right with a particular person, then you gotta keep going. The next card says, ground yourself, regroup. And this is what I'm here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Now that this has happened to you, you regroup. You start taking care of you. First, let's get the legal together. Then let's get us together. And when I say us, now that you made sure that the club is secure on all legal points, now start working on you. Maybe have a little sit down with yourself. What exactly are you looking for? Maybe get a piece of paper and write this stuff down. What are you looking for in that person that you really want to be with for the distance, going the distance with? And then put those plans into action of finding that person. Or simply let it happen. Let it come to you. But don't accept what you normally wouldn't accept. Try that and hit me back. Next up is Star from Atlanta. Ahvay. Let me start by saying I'm a trans girl. I'm on the fence whether I should get the entire surgery or stay as I am. The issue is, I like straight guys. I like their demeanor, their alphaness. I've been seeing this guy for a few weeks now. We met at a club. He got locked up on some stupid shit before we could get heavy. Suffice to say, we stayed in touch the entire time he was in. In fact, he says I'm the first thing he wants to see on the outside. I know my head game is on point, but I fear he'll want more than that. And I haven't told him I'm trans. He's really a good guy, and even hinted about taking me to meet his family. He's also totally straight. A part of me wants to run. Another part wants to stay and give him a chance to see if he can handle us. What do you think? Hun. Now, that is a slippery slope. You guys know I have a list. You can hear it when I talk. So, it is what it is. But, that is a slippery slope right there. that is a slippery slope. Because when you're playing with people's emotions, nothing good rarely comes out of that. And I'm not going to touch the jail thing because shit happens. And I don't know his story. But as a trans situation, this has to be your call, whether you tell him or not. I wouldn't want to say tell him and then he takes it wrong and you get hurt. At the same token, that could happen if you don't say anything. In any event, the truth is going to come out. I think I would tell him while he's inside. This way, if he doesn't go with it, he can save face with his friends and family by not introducing you to them. Let me explain. Most of the time, people react badly to situations when they're embarrassed. If he's been bragging on your name and doesn't go with the trends, he can spin the narrative in his favor. If it blows up in his face in front of his friends and family, then he has to handle it as it is. And sometimes that's not a good thing. Putting people on the spot like that, most of the time goes very badly. Remember, hon, ain't no sausage worth your life. You come first. And with that said, you can't put people in situations where they can go fool. The truth always comes out. And it's always best if you're the one to tell yours. Let's take it to the cards. The first card says resolving conflict. And that's what this is all about. Because you have to. You're going to have to. You're going to have to come clean. You're going to have to talk to this brother. And I personally think, now, I mean, guys, you might not agree with me. And that's okay. Leave it in the comments. You might not agree with me. But I would tell him while he's inside, again, give him that dignity for just in case he does not go along with this. Because you have to remember, if he truly believes that he's been dating a woman all this time, then a lie has been told. And he is going to feel like he's been tricked. So give him that dignity of being able to deal with that on his own. If you wait till he get out, and again, he's told people about y'all, he's bragged, oh, my girl, that's my girl at, come to find out there is no girl. And, I mean, it can go so bad. It can go so bad. So it's best, I would say, that would be my advice, is to tell him while he's inside. Because if he don't like it, if he can't deal with it, he could lick his wounds there, and then he could spin the narrative and make it all sound like however that trick I had to get rid of her. Come on, you know how it is. Come on, guys, let's keep it real. We know how it is. So I would tell him while he's on the inside. And then after this, I understand you like what you like, but that's just so hard, and it's so scary and dangerous, because when you don't tell people, and I'm not saying you have to tell them your truth right away, when you meet them, you talk to them a little bit, fill it out, but you can't let it go but so far without telling that truth, because a lot of people handle that kind of stuff badly when it comes out. And again, I don't want to see anybody hurt. Really, really sit back and think about this. And let me know what you decide. The next card say, get it together. Get it together. And I'm telling you, this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing. You need to bring this thing to a halt. Bring it to a halt. You got to come clean. Got to come clean. Because if you wait till he actually gets out, I don't think it's going to end well. I don't think it's going to end well at all, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt. The third card says female dominance. Now let me explain with this. I'm actually reading from Isis Egyptian Oracle cards. And that's the goddess Isis, the Egyptian goddess Isis, if you guys don't know. With this, Isis was fierce. Isis is one of the Egyptian gods that had to do with creation. She was very fierce. What I'm telling you from what I'm hearing with this, it's not a bad thing to be trans. It's not. You are who you are. And if you are trans and believe yourself to be female, your inner self is female, and you want your outer self to be female, then that's what you be. But it has to be done in truth. Okay? It has to be done in truth. You risk yourself if you continue with this lie. Tell him. Give him the opportunity to yay or nay. But don't continue in this vein. Don't continue in this lie. Because it's not going to work. And that's what I'm hearing. You've got to tell it. You've got to come clean. The third person up, actually, I think this is the fourth person. Danny from Detroit. Ahvay. When I was a teen, I was taken by a man on my street. He liked boys. He played games with us, and his house was so cool. He introduced me to the game of pet and master, and I loved it. Roll on. He spent 8 years in jail. My parents never knew that I had been one of his boys. I kept my head down and carried on. I married my best friend, and now we're expecting our first child. I recently learned that he is out of jail now. He contacted me, and I found out that I want to be his pet again. We met at a hotel, and it was better than I remembered. I love my best friend, but not in love with her. I doubt she is either. I don't know what to do. He invades my dreams and thoughts. I know I can't stay away from him. I wear his collar when she is at home. I do want to be in the baby's life. I am genuinely happy about it, but I don't know if I can live a life forever. Do you have any advice? Danny, I have to admit this one is hard. First, you stated that you used to go to his house as a minor and play games. Games that took a naughty turn. That in itself is so wrong. But let's move past that. You married your best friend. She's pregnant and this guy is free. You two have hooked up. You've already stated that you can't live the life of a lie forever. The only advice I can give you in this is that you have to follow your own path. I do think that perhaps you need to speak to a therapist about this and past issues. Danny, I really don't know which way to go with this because there's so much wrong here. There's so much wrong. And one thing that this person had you guys coming over to his house and you guys were minors, that's still a child. And this is a full-grown adult. That's illegal. I mean, I understand you say you like playing this pet thing or whatever, and trust me, I can imagine what you're saying when you say pet and master. And I know that that's sexual. But how this began is wrong. Because you were a minor. And even if you gave consent, you didn't fully understand that consent. So therefore, that's not right. I don't know how you look past that and now look at him as a grown man, and it's okay. It's okay. You can deal with it, or whatever. You're saying you want to be his pet again. You're saying I I really think you need to talk to someone, because a therapist can help you work through a lot of what happened in the past, and hopefully can help you see what's going on in the present. Now, this is a man, and y'all did have sex, so therefore there is some type of either bisexual or gay going on here. You stated that you married your best friend, and you stated that you're not in love with her and she's not in love with you either. So that right there, I would like to know more about that. Like, we know your reason. You already stated that you didn't even tell your family that you was one of his boys. And I'm assuming from what you're saying now, you didn't say anything to protect him. Her, why would she want to get married? Because she had to have known you guys are best friends. Then you had to have talked to her about this guy. You had to have told her and expressed to her that you liked what was happening, that you was all with it. So with that being said, then she would know that you like men, or either you liked having sex with that particular man, and she would be willing to go ahead and continue into this farce of a marriage, because to me that's what it would be. I really think that you need to go to counseling, and then maybe you both of you guys need to go to counseling as a whole, because something's not right here, and these layers need to be peeled back and dealt with before anybody can go any further and have a happy and a healthy continuation of life. I really, really think that you need to seek therapy separately, and then you guys need to go as a couple, because there's a lot of stuff going on here, and I hear that there's a lot that we're not hearing, and these layers need to be dealt with, maybe layer by layer by layer. Let's take it to the cards. The first card says severe heartbreak. And I hear that because, again, you lied to protect this man. You say he served 8 years. So 8 years ago, you lied to protect this man. You didn't tell anybody that you was part of this too. I'm going to go as far as to say this, because this is what I'm hearing. You had contact with this man while he was in jail. You had contact with him. He didn't just suddenly come out and his psyche told him, boop, Danny is over here. No. You had contact with him while in jail. And I'm going to go as far as to say this. I'm hearing the wife knows about it. There's more to this story. And it wouldn't be fair for me to really give my opinion without you seeking professional therapy for this. Okay? The third card says healing. And I'm hearing that. Because once you seek your therapy, once you get your therapy and you guys are able to peel back these layers and get down to the truth of all of this, only then can you begin healing. And you need to have that healing. Everybody needs that healing. You need to have that before you can move on with a healthy, clear conscience and mind frame. The last card says truth. And again, this is just what I'm saying. There's some truth here, and there's some non-truths. And all of it needs to come out. All of it needs to come out. And that's not something that I can do, and certainly can't do it in this few minutes that we have. This is something that needs couch time. It needs serious couch time. I want you to try to find you a therapist. Hit me back. Let me know what's happening. Final thoughts. Loves, people can be a hot mess and make you want to go up top. But you have to keep your cool and push through it. Just learn from the bullshit you don't fall prey to. Learn from it. Learn from the bullshit you go through so that you don't fall prey again. Also, if you know what you want, you gotta get it. Give voice to your truth and don't allow someone to make you who you aren't. Ball up if needed. Guys, this show is supposed to be about kink and kinky situations. With that said, if you have a bizarre situation and need to give voice to it, I'll take that on too. No subject is too taboo to discuss. Whatever you're into, just be careful. And as always, play safe in your kink. Until next time, and as always, keep it kinky. Guys, I'm still going to start the Wine and Kink live shows on Thursdays. You guys will be able to call in and discuss a kinky entanglement already aired on the show or your very own kinky entanglement. I need you guys to hit that subscribe button so we can get it started. The more the merrier. And as always, keep it kinky.